Hello guys, I Arvind Mahapatra. I am back with another interesting SQL interview question. This question being asked by Amazon during the interview. So let's jump into the today's question. So the question is, write in SQL query, display the record with 3 or more rows with consecutive ID. So the question is, we have to find out the 4 consecutive rows where IDs are consecutive. Along with the IDs, the people for each ID should be greater than 100. So this is the input table and the expected table output is ID is 5678. So if you will see, we have to find out 4 consecutive rows 5678 where for each rows number of people is greater than 100. So here if you will see all the rows having the number of people are greater than 100. To Excel. So here this is the input table basically, and first of all what we will do is we'll filter out the data where the people is greater than 100, and then what we will do is, so our intention is to generate the number of rows where the number of rows will be consecutive for the ID column. So here already all the columns, like all the records where whatever the records are present here where the people is greater than 100, right? So now we have to just find out the consecutive IDs should be consecutive for more than 3 rows. So if we will generate the row number here and we will subtract the ID minus record ID, and wherever this difference will be, same for the more than 3 rows, we can able to get it easily that these are the 3 rows, those are consecutive in nature. So here if you will see, I'll just by the help of the row number basically it's an analytical function which will help us to generate the unique ID. It will be starting from the one integer and it will increase by one integer for each record in the table. So here if you will see, it will generate 1 2 3 5 6. Now what we will do is we will subtract the ID column minus a record ID. Here 2 minus 1 is 1, and 5 minus 3 is 2, and 8 minus 6 is 2. So here after generating the row number for each record, our agenda is here to find out the consecutive IDs. To get the consecutive IDs, what we will do, we will subtract the ID minus a record ID. So the logic is, if this difference is same for more than 3 rows, that means these rows are consecutive in nature. That's very simple. So that's the reason we are subtracting and we are finding this group underscore data. Now jump into the SSMS for the implementation. So select start from stadium. This is the table. So what we have to do is, I'll just write a select stadium where this people is, I'll just give a alias of that particular table. So where s dot people is greater than 100 to the self 100. So here if you will see, now we are getting all these people wherever it's greater than 100. Now what I will do now is, I will just generate one row number. Row number over will be always, row number will be called with the over clause, over partition by. We don't require partition by default it will take each row, and order by, in which order it should take, order by dot date. So by default it will be taking in the ascending order. And I will just the alias of record ID Let's run it. If you will see now, for each row it got generated a unique number. Now what we will do is, now I will subtract the same thing from the row ID. Row ID, the row number I will what ID I got generated, I will just subtract it. Just group data. So if you will see now, till this part, like ID, date, and people, these columns are getting from the main table, and a record ID we have generated by the help of the row number, and group data, that is ID minus a record ID, that is the group data. Now what I will do is, I will just hold this intermediate result by the help of common table expression, so that I can use this CTE in the further execution in this particular batch. So now what I will do is select star from CTE underscore A. Let's see what will be the output here. Now we have to find, now we have to get wherever this we need. The question is wherever this consecutive IDs should be greater than 3, like the consecutive number of rows should be more than 3, and the people for each row should be greater than 100. To get it, what we will do is, I'll just mention where this group underscore data, group underscore data in, I'll just mention a subquery to get the count of, basically group underscore data from the CTE. Just bear with me, I will come to know what I'm trying to do here. From group, select group underscore data from CTE, and we'll mention where this CTE dot group data is equal to 2, and group by this it's a where clause, it's not required also, right? Group by CTE and count, having count of this, count of, we can mention 1 is greater than equal to 3. Why group by is not required, I will let you know. So let's run it. See what I am trying to do is, in the, we'll just select the all the data from the common table expression, and where group by data in, we're just trying to find out the which group where the total number, it should be minimum requirement is the consecutive rows should be greater than 3. So here if you will see, this is the one consecutive row, this is 1, 5 is the consecutive one consecutive row, 6 is the second consecutive row, and 7th is the third consecutive row. So how we will find out the count of this group data is greater than equal to 3. So that's the reason I have mentioned great count of this one. That means group data, whatever the first select statement that has been that has been selected in the select clause, first column, the count of 1 is greater than 3, and I'm using the group by. Why I didn't use that where clause there? Because if I will do it, then if I will if any other consecutive rows are there, like 3 or 4, wherever the difference is same, so these numbers will not reflect in the output table. So that's the reason I have here for this particular sample of data I have filtered out with the 2, but for the suppose we have 1000 number of records where the number of consecutive rows are more. Here only there are the consecutive rows are very less. So that's the reason I have as per the data I just filter out the 2, but that's not the correct way to approach the solution. So here we are finding out the number of consecutive rows in the stadium where people are greater than 100. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video. Please do like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get the new video. Live your life, live your dream. Thank you.